What's up, my dialysis disciples? Question: have you ever made decisions that caught up to you in the long run in ways that you never could have expected? So we're on day 13 of the Gifted Tomes, the 40-day spiritual fast for dialysis patients. And today's title is called Facing Consequences. And it talks about how, from the last video, where I got out of the Marine Corps, I wasn't making the best decisions, and it led me down a path of darkness. And we go into how 2 years later, I'm just living my life, and one day I woke up and I was blind in one eye and had blurry vision in the other eye, right? And then I was like, uh-oh, it's time to go take care of this kidney thing, right? And I get into my car, and it's pouring raining. I have no windshield wipers, and I'm blind in one eye and blurry vision in the other. It was a wake-up call that I never saw coming, pun intended. So I get to the VA hospital, or the clinic in Allentown. They only had a clinic. They didn't have a hospital yet, right? And, come to find out, my blood pressure was 250 over 190, something crazy like that. So, yeah, I was doing bad based on some choices I made. So the verse of this chapter is Psalms 121, 1 and 2, and it says, I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth, right? So he's always looking out for you guys, even when you ain't looking out for yourself. When I look back on that, I'm like, how did I survive? I couldn't see. I'm driving in the rain. And guys, it's been many times in my past where he's did things like that, just miracles that just kept me alive when I had no business being alive. You know why? Because he had a purpose for me. He had a purpose for me to talk and help you guys. So he kept me alive. And that's why I'm so adamant about you guys finding what your purpose is. Now, we know God forgives us for all of our trespasses, right? But there's still going to be consequences you got to face from things you've done that you had no business doing, right? So while he forgives us, we still have to face the consequences. But here's the thing. We can face them with confidence, knowing that if we're walking our purpose, that all things to the good are going to work out for us. We make positive changes and we surrender to God's will. And watch how he repairs all of the consequences that you face. Like I said, you still got to face them, right? But they're going to lead to good. That's what his word says. So the fasting component today is we're going to fast from negative thinking, negative self-talk, guys. Because when you're telling yourself things that aren't godly, that's how you go on the wrong path. And that's what leads to facing negative consequences.